Scroll staff share tweet email Reddit print share tweet email Reddit print around the web by Scroll staff published yesterday 1 p.m. No outing or meeting with a father, at least most of them, is complete without a few bad, but well-intentioned dad jokes. So it's only fitting that Father's Day was celebrated with its own strain of humor. Several Indian YouTube comedy channels and stand-up comedians rose to the occasion. Comedy channel Filter Kappa brought in actor and director Rajat Kapoor to portray the role of the quintessential father figure in their video, above, titled Things Fathers Do. The video, which also throws in some opportune product placement for a smartphone app, is a humorous portrayal of all things dad. A Little Anarchy Films, meanwhile, focused on the more intimidating aspect of fathers by portraying what life would be like if Siri was an Indian dad. Video below. The video description sums it all up. Imagine if your Siri was your dad's voice telling you how Sharmaji's son scored 98% every time you ask for weather updates. The day was rounded up with some old-fashioned stand-up comedy from Abhineet Mishra, who took the opportunity to crack jokes about his father, who is in the police, and their relationship. Support our journalism by subscribing to Scroll here. We welcome your comments at letters@scroll.in. Father's Day comedy jokes sponsored content by published June 12, 2018 3:27 a.m. Share tweet email Reddit print share tweet email Reddit print Vikas Dimri made a huge attempt last year to climb the Mount Everest. He had other plans. Thwarted by unfavorable weather at the last minute, he came so close and yet not close enough to say he was at the top. But that did not deter him. Vikas is back on the Everest trail now, and this time he's sharing his experiences at every leg of the journey. The Everest journey began from the Lukla airport, known for its dicey landing conditions. It reminded him of the failed expedition, but he still moved on to Namche Bazaar, the staging point for Everest expeditions, with a positive mind. Vikas let the wisdom of the mountains guide him as he battled doubt and memories of the previous expedition. In his words, the Everest taught him that, to conquer our personal Everest, we need to drop all our unnecessary baggage, be it physical or mental or even emotional. Vikas used a descent for ascent approach to acclimatize. In this approach, mountaineers gain altitude during the day, but descend to catch some sleep. Acclimatizing to such high altitudes is crucial as the lack of adequate oxygen can cause dizziness, nausea, headache and even muscle death. As Vikas prepared to scale the riskiest part of the climb, the unstable and continuously melting Khumbu ice fall, he pondered over his journey so far. His brother's diagnosis of a heart condition in his youth was a wake-up call for the rather sedentary Vikas, and that is when he started focusing on his health more. For the first time in his life, he began to appreciate the power of nutrition and experimented with different diets and supplements for their health benefits. His quest for better health also motivated him to take up hiking, marathon running, squash and, eventually, a summit of the Everest. Back in the Himalayas, after a string of sleepless nights, Vikas and his team ascended to Camp 2, 6,500 meters, as planned, and then descended to base camp for the basic luxuries, hot shower, hot lunch and essential supplements. Back up at Camp 2, the weather played spoiler again as a jet stream, a fast-flowing, narrow air current moved right over the mountain. Wisdom from the mountains helped Vikas maintain perspective as they were required to descend 15 kilometers to Farish Valley. He accepted that strength lies not merely in chasing the big dream, but also in accepting that things could go wrong. At Camp 4, 8,000 meters, famously known as the Death Zone, Vikas caught a clear glimpse of the summit, his dream standing rather tall in front of him. It was the 18th of May 2018 and Vikas finally reached the top. The top of his Everest, the top of Mount Everest. Watch the video below to see actual moments from Vikas' climb. Vikas credits his strength to dedication, exercise and a healthy diet. He credits dietary supplements for helping him sustain himself in the inhuman conditions on Mount Everest. On heights like these where the oxygen supply drops to one-third road to levels on the ground, the body requires 3 times the regular blood volume to pump the requisite amount of oxygen. He, thus, doesn't embark on an expedition without double-checking his supplements and uses Livogen as an aid to maintain adequate amounts of iron in his blood. Livogen is proud to have supported Vikas Dimri on his ambitious quest and salutes his spirit. To read more about the benefits of iron, see here. To read Vikas Dimri's account of his expedition, click here. This article was produced by the Scroll marketing team on behalf of Livogen and not by the Scroll editorial team.